Hey, hi everyone. First of all, a little disclaimer. I'm definitely no expert with Panopto, but I'll certainly do my best to tell you what I know. I know some basics and I've used it a little bit. And so let me share my screen. Okay, so this is my Blackboard page. Mine's definitely not as nice looking as Claire's, but this is not for an online class. This is just for my normal lecture class. Um, and so you can see some of the different links that I have for documents and the syllabus and so forth. Well, those of you who have used Tegrity in the past, there's still a link over on the left-hand side for Tegrity. But as you may have heard earlier, Tegrity is essentially being phased out. So any new videos you really ought to make in Panopto. So for those that don't already understand or know what it is, Panopto is just a screen capture system. It's much like the ones you've already heard about, like the Screencast-O-Matic and so forth. I would say a difference is that it's built into Blackboard, so it's already something that UA has access to. It's part of the OIT suite of offerings, and I'm not aware of any limits to it. So I think you can record video for as long as you would like. So I've often used it when I'm going to be out of town and I want to pre-record my lecture, and that way I don't have to get a sub or anything like that. So you can use it to kind of capture whatever's on your screen, and it's going to be recording your voice over that. It will also actually record video as well. So I'll show you a little bit about how to set it up and kind of what it looks like. So within your Blackboard course, if you go over to the left-hand side and see where it says course videos, you would click on that, and then it would open up, get this where I can click on it. It would open up a screen that's going to look like this, and it's called the Panopto content, where you can go in here and create a new session. You can basically play around with these different options. So if you've never used it before, when you go to record a new session, if I recall correctly, it's going to ask you to download Panopto, and then it will end up being kind of like an app, sort of like what Zoom does. It'll install some of the software on your machine to make it a little more streamlined, but most of it's going to happen from within Blackboard. So you would do that, and I'll show you what that screen would look like when you go to record a session. I'm going to just switch over to Panopto here. So can everyone see the Panopto screen? So this is what the Panopto screen would look like. It shows you what it's going to capture, kind of to the right. And if you want it to actually capture your video as well, so it can do both. It can capture you talking and a picture of you, but it can also capture whatever slides you might have. So you could have your PowerPoint presentation open in presentation mode. And so when you're ready, you'll just actually click record. Now you can decide where this is going to go. So up at the top, you can choose to put it in something called My Folder, which is sort of like, I call it like a sandbox.
I don't know if we're seeing what.
Oh, okay. Let me share that. I may have needed to share that separately. Sorry. Let me.
Jonathan, make sure you share your desktop rather than just screens.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah. Forgive my Zoom.
And that's a good lesson on Zoom. When you're sharing your screens on Zoom, it's going to ask if you want to share your desktop or if you want to share a certain screen.
Yeah, exactly.
You have options that make sure you're sharing the part that that allows everybody to see what you're doing.
Yeah, that's part of why I'm doing this, so I can learn Zoom a little bit better. Part of why I want to join this meeting. So now can everyone see it?
Yes, we can see you and an overlay of you.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just go back for a second. So again, earlier I think this is what you saw. This is my home page in Blackboard. I would go to course videos, which would take me to a page that looks like this, where I can record a new session. Any sessions that I've recorded beforehand would appear down here. I haven't made any new videos yet for the weeks ahead, but if I had, they would all show up down below. And then within the Panopto screen, when you go to create, if you click on record a new session, just to show you what that looks like in Panopto. So this is kind of the Panopto screen of where you can set everything up. I haven't actually started recording yet, but this is just showing you. So here's what my screen looks like that it would record. So I can have my PowerPoint open right here, and then it would be recording my PowerPoint. If I want video, that's over here to the left-hand side. If I want, I can turn that off. So all my students then would hear is my voice. So I would have to turn on my microphone. Now they can hear my voice talking over my PowerPoint slides. But this is essentially where you're going to record everything. So when you're ready, you would just click record, and it would actually record whatever shows up on your screen. And as far as I know, there's no limit to how long it can go. So you could record an entire lecture ahead of time, pre-recorded, and then the students would be able to access that whenever. Now, back to earlier, I was showing you where you would save your recording. So up here at the top under folder, your My Folder is what I consider kind of what they used to call integrity, was like a sandbox type situation where you can just play around with the videos. You can save things in My Folder, which, as I understand it, I don't think your students would have access to. But when you're actually ready to save a video to your actual course, make sure you come under My Courses and then choose the course where you want it to go. So assuming you've done that, now let me back out and show you what a video would sort of look like. So here I have opened up essentially this video that I had pre-recorded. So I clicked on this one here. And by the way, let me show you a couple other things. If you wanted to know who all had watched your video, if you wanted to use it as some way of taking attendance, so to speak, like virtual attendance or something like that, you can go to stats and just play around with some of the choices there and kind of see who all has downloaded it, who all has viewed it, how long they viewed it, that sort of thing. So once you've done that, this is kind of what the video screen looks like. And so up at the top, you've got some of those same choices. You can choose to look at some of the statistics for the video to see who all has watched it. You can watch it yourself if you hit the play button. If you want to edit the video, that would be the little pencil symbol here. So let me just click on that to show you what that would look like. So here you can see where you can actually go in and you can cut out portions of the video. I think you can add in additional video if you want to add something to the video that you forgot to do on the first go around. Then I believe there's a way to go in. I've never tried that, but I believe there's a way to go in and kind of add on to the video. So again, a lot of this is just kind of playing around with it. But when it's all said and done, again, it's going to just show up in your Blackboard, and all your videos will be here, and the students can access this just through Blackboard. You don't have to send any special links or special invitations. It's all here for them to view whenever they feel like it, that sort of thing. So that's kind of my general overview. And at this point, I guess I'll do my best to try to answer questions.
We also sent Jonathan's tutorial out, and again, that'll be in Box as well.
Yeah, just to clarify, the tutorial I made, I did it.
I think we've lost
for
Jonathan.
Collaborate.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, it's a video that talks a little bit about
Jonathan, I think you're fading in and out. You must have a bad internet connection going on at your house.
Uh-oh. Jonathan, if we don't get you back, we thank you for participating. And we have about 5 minutes left for some general comments or questions. And maybe Jonathan will be back. I think he's in and out. Are there some general questions about any of the things you've seen, comments, etc. in our last few minutes?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, just one thing I was going to add real quick to clarify on the tutorial that I had made. I did the tutorial in Panopto, but the video is really more about Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. It's something that I had put together for some of my faculty who prefer to use that. For those that aren't familiar, Blackboard Collaborate Ultra is a lot like Zoom in terms of students access it within Blackboard, and it allows you to show what's on your screen. You can record it if you want. It allows there to be image, video, if students want to have video showing. It's got audio, it's got ways for them to chat. So it has a lot of the same features as Zoom, but it's just kind of within Blackboard already, if you prefer to catalog things and have everything just stay within Blackboard.
Thank you for that. Any other questions, comments? We will have a recording of this and then the various resources, and we're continuing to collect resources. We want to try to group them. So if you're looking for a particular topic, something that in particular that you want to address, you can find it readily. We're also available to assist, as if you were not here at the very beginning, we had a list of different people that are going to be available for helping. What we decided is through the Technology Advisory Committee representatives, then of course the Center for Instructional Technology, as well as CCS is assisting. And then if you have general questions about what we've done today, if you would please email me, and I will get in touch with the appropriate experts or others that can help you receive your answers to the best of our ability. So I want to thank Jonathan. I want to thank Claire and James and Lisa for the last, I guess, 5 days or so of ongoing emails and preparation and assistance. Also, Margaret Rice and Tracy Sellers assisting as well. So we just want to say that we are here to help you help your students. And as Dean Lebowitz has said, our priorities are students right now, and also your safety and health, and theirs too. And if there's nothing else at the moment, I'll give you a minute or two if there's any other questions, and if not, we'll sign off. Thanks.
Dr. Wilson, will you share with them one more time that screen of their TAC committee representative?
Yes.
Just so again, guys, we're here to help you. We do have Technology Advisory Committee reps from most of the departments. So if you want to work through them, we all work together. We will do our best to try to continue to support you in this effort.
And where did you say these things were in box?
They will be in box as soon as it takes a while to download the recording and so forth. So it will give us till tomorrow. We'll try to start that box and we'll send out the appropriate link to all of you that participated. And there are your supports.
And Sandy, when you log into Box, you'll have a section of your Box account, the files that are shared with you. You'll find it available there. You'll see a folder that's been shared with you in Box.
Oh, good. That makes sense.
We will keep working on different resources and information. And as you think of things, if you will send those to me, I'll try to get that out to the group as well.
Yeah. Also, for when Lisa sends out the email or whatever for a box, if she does, I don't know if she's going to do this, Lisa, you can answer this through an email or through box invitation. But if you were invited to box, then you'll get a notification that has been sort of uploaded for you. So that's a way to, and I think Colleen, I interrupted you. I think maybe you might have been about to ask a question.
Sorry. You know me, I was going to ask one final question. Somebody else asked it, but I'm not sure if it was answered. For the Panopto, I keep calling it Pinocchio. Once you finish your video, is it automatically published, or do you have time to go and edit it before you upload it for students to see in Blackboard?
I don't know if did we lose Jonathan?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, if I recall correctly, it'll be straightforward. Like, it's got some choices. You can play around with editing it a bit.
Okay.
And then when you're ready, you can click that you're done with it. I don't remember what the choice will be, but there'll be a choice to it'll automatically upload it to Blackboard, and then you can always still go back in later and edit it if you like. But yeah, there's not really much in the way of having to publish it, so to speak, or anything like that. It's mostly automated.
Cool. Perfect. Thanks.
Okay, well, thank you all for your participation and good luck as we finish this semester and move forward. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This was super helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you.